All motivation podcasts are strictly based on opinion. Any facts given should and will be backed up by a source. If a source is not given, then it should not be taken otherwise.
Now I'ma I get it until my numbers call. Till I'm just a name and a memory on my homies' wall. I be moving on, I'm trying to just build my dome up. Till I'm just a snake, my toes up.
Hello and welcome, motivation inspired fans, to this new episode. I am the host, Curtis Moore, aka Curly Moe, or you can call me Mo. I know today the episode was going to be called Go to Church for What, and we was going to talk on that. But there has been a lot going on with me, and I haven't been able to get it together. So today's episode is going to be different than any other normal episode. Today is going to be a freestyle episode. And I know you're wondering, what is a freestyle episode? Well, basically, I'm going to wing it today. I'm going to discuss what has been going on with me. And then I'm going to finish up by scrolling Facebook and expounding on some Facebook posts. Now, of course, these posts will be anonymous, so there won't be any kind of backlash or anything. But that is what our episode is going to be today. It's going to be a freestyle episode. And if it goes great, then I will be doing several of them as episodes goes on. So a little bit about what's been going on with me and the reason why I haven't been recording any podcasts. I've made a huge change in my life. First of all, I have moved from my hometown that I have been living in for a while. I am now living in South Haven, and I actually have a new job, a totally different job. And I am very excited. The last month, I have been packing and getting things together, and just been making the transition, and it has just been very, very busy with me. But I am excited. And to be honest with you, I haven't been happy. I have not been happy. I have been okay, and I know it sounds like I've been happy, but I haven't. I felt like that I was stuck. I felt like that there was nothing I could do, that I was stuck in a circle. And I know a lot of you have felt that way in your life. And I just needed something different. I needed a different environment. I needed a different job. I just needed some different things, and I needed some stuff to move. And so, and I don't want to offend nobody, but this is part of my beliefs. I prayed to God, and I asked Him to make a change in my life. I actually got really frustrated. Let's talk real today. I actually got really frustrated because every time that things would happen, I just felt like I wanted to give up. And I know there's a lot of people that know me. I give advice all the time about not giving up. I'm always positive. I'm always motivating. And I just wanted to give up. Even the strongest people will have times where they want to give up. They have those times. I see posts on Facebook all the time saying the strong people are always there for other people, but who's there for the strong ones? Well, it is very little people that's there for the strong ones. Well, that's an opinion anyway. But anyway, point being, I felt like giving up. And every time I did, all of a sudden a relief would come over me. Every time I felt like I wanted to cry or my heart would get heavy, a relief would come over me. But things wasn't getting any better in my eyesight. So I was like, what is going on? Why is it that I can't feel frustrated? Why is it I cannot release my emotions and things like that? And so I got angry. I got angry. I got a bill one day and I just lost it. I lost it. And I prayed to God. I said, God, every time something would happen, you would give some relief over me, and nothing is changing. Why? What is going on? Why are you doing this? You've always been there for me. You've always taken care of me. And all this was going on. I was just laying it out to him. I was laying it out to him. And I was like, why? I want to be angry. I want to let all my emotions out. I want to get it out while I'm by myself. See, a lot of people, they don't like to release their emotions among people. So if you don't like to release your emotions among people, get by yourself and let them out. If you not, because I mean, it will be good to get all your emotions out. And again, a relief came over me, and I felt okay. And this time, I didn't get angry over it. I mean, I guess I let all my emotions out, and I didn't get angry. So I let it go. Well, shortly after that, that's when the change come. I'm not gonna get into a big story. I mean, I know I got a lot of time on this podcast, but I don't want to sit here and bore you to death with a long story. But long story short, as short as I can get it, because I do like to do a lot of detailed stuff. But anyway, long story short, we were supposed to go visit my cousin in South Haven on Labor Day, or my mom mentioned doing it. And she asked what I wanted to do, and I said, I don't know about it because I got bills I gotta pay, and I don't know if I'm gonna have the money. You know, my truck is not doing the best. It drinks gas, and I'm not gonna be able to do it, more likely. She said, well, think on it. So that's what I did. I thought on it. After all that frustration, she called and she tells me, or she asked me, she said, are we going to go visit Tab in South Haven? And I said, Mom, I got this bill. I got two bills I got to pay, and I don't have the money for, and I just wouldn't feel right going on vacation when I got these bills to pay. I mean, why spend more money when I got to pay these bills? She said, okay. So I thought that was the end of it. I laid up in my bed. I was sulking. All of a sudden, I get a text. How much money do you need? See, God will take care of you one way or the other. For those that believe in God, God will take care of you. For those that believe in the universe will take care of you. Me personally, I know that God takes care of me. But anyway, so my cousin texts me, how much do you need? I tell her, well, without going out in a long drawn situation, she eventually tells me, you know what? I'm tired of you living that way. Why don't you come up here and live with me and start working at Amazon? She said they pay a lot more. They got better benefits. Plus, you won't have all the bills that you have. And then after you get all your feed and stuff, you can start saving to get your own place. Well, I was like, I don't know. And she said, well, you know, my son works there. And he already told me how it was. And so I started thinking about him working there, and I was like, you know what? Maybe that's not such a bad idea. I have been wanting to move to South Haven for years. I just didn't know if I had the means, and I didn't really want to impose on my cousin. But at this point, I needed a change, and so I just went on and I said, you know what? Why not? I needed to do something different. So that is what I decided to do. I decided to just pick up and move. I mean, I really didn't have a lot more holding me down or holding me back. And plus, it would put me closer to my kids. So I decided to make the decision to move. And I did. And it was one of the best decisions in my life because now I'm happy. I don't know if I will stay happy, but I'm going to speak it into existence that this is a start of better happiness for me. With that being said, let me say this. Sometimes in life, when you feel stuck, sometimes in life, when you're feeling down and you feel like there's nothing you can do, make a chance to make a move. Now, I'm not sitting there saying do what I did and move, but it could be that you need a different job. It could be that you need a different person in your life. It could mean that you just need to move altogether. Whatever it is, you need to sit down and look at it and take a chance. There are a lot of people that are at jobs that are unhappy and they're sticking with the job because they're afraid to take a chance because they're afraid they're going to fail. There are a lot of people that stick with jobs because they feel like there's nothing else. There are a lot of people that are afraid to quit a job because they feel like that financially they're not going to be able to handle the situation. But if you are unhappy, then you need to make a change. Now, in doing that, sometimes you have got to sacrifice. A lot of people are afraid to sacrifice. We get so comfortable and sitting in our comfort zone that we're afraid to sacrifice. And sometimes that's what you got to do. A lot of people think that it's more important to keep your bills paid and stuff than anything else. Or let me change that. A lot of people feel like making money is more important, but sometimes it's more important to have a peace of mind than it is to make that money. And there's always other options that you could do. You just got to sit down and figure them out. There are a lot of people that are unhappy with where they're living. And sometimes you got to make a sacrifice like I did and move in with another family member to start all over. But we get too prideful into doing that. And we feel like that we fail when we do that. There are a lot of people that are in relationships with someone and they are unhappy. But because they've known them or they've been around them for years or they've been in their life for years, they try to stick it out. Or because their kids or whatever are loving them and stuff, they try to stick with them. If you're unhappy in a relationship, you have got to make that change. Whatever it is that's making you unhappy, you have got to make that change. Make that transition. And y'all are going to have to kind of excuse me. I have a little sinus situation going on. So if it sounds like I'm talking through my nose and stuff, I apologize. But anyway, sometimes it just takes one step to make a change and a difference for the better. Now, I didn't like leaving my mom and my family to go further. But I've done it before, and they know I've done it before. And my mom understands that I'm trying to be happy and I'm trying to get my finances and get myself together. So sometimes you have just got to make a tough decision. Sometimes you got to quit being afraid of what may happen or afraid of failing or afraid of getting behind and make a change for the better. There may be a person that is trying to get with you that could be good for you, but you're afraid because you've been broken. You're afraid because you haven't had the best relationships. You're afraid because you don't want to hurt that person. But if it's somebody that is going to do you right and going to do you better, then make that change. The only person holding you back from change is you. You got to make that transition. So I am very happy at this point with what's going on in my life. This past year has been a huge transition for me. I've had a lot of things going on. I went through a divorce. A lot of people didn't know that. A lot of people knew that. But yeah, I went through a divorce. Um, this move and a lot of things has been going on. And my mom's house burning down. And like I said, a lot's been going on. So this is a breath of fresh air. Take that chance. I remember years ago, I was stuck in a situation, well, the same thing. I wouldn't say the same thing, but I was really bad stuck back then. And I was stuck in a circle. And not getting into big details because I'm going to have to take a break in a minute, but I was stuck. And I met someone and they convinced me to move to Chicago, well, not Chicago, to Illinois, right outside of Chicago. I mean, there was a friend that I also knew up there, so I kind of had a little bit of comfort zone, but really I didn't know the friend like that. But it was enough to make me think about making a move. And the girl I was talking to convinced me to move, to make a better life, to get a better job. So I did. I mean, yeah, I went up there and visited a couple of times, and I decided to make the move. And yeah, people was like, you'll be back and all this stuff. But I couldn't worry about what people say because it is not their life, it is my life. And my thing is, I'm trying to be happy. Anyway, I made the move. Things didn't work out with me and the girl, of course. I didn't get as established with the job like I wanted to. And then I moved in with the friend that I know or knew, and he decided to move off and left me there, and I had to make a decision, so I ended up coming back home. And then a lot of people was like, see, we told you you'll be back. We told you what's going to work out. We told you whatever. A lot of times we worry about what other people is going to say or what other people is going to think because we failed. Honestly, that situation, I did not fail. I am happy that it happened to me because I took the chance to go somewhere else and it got me out of the circle I was in. And things got better for me. Things got better for me. I met somebody else and I got a better job and I was able to pay my bills and things. So it was better for me. You can't worry about what other people's going to think or what other people's going to say. Now, with that being said, if you're doing something destructive and someone is trying to help you to do right or do better, then of course you need to pay attention to what they're saying. You got to pay attention to what is trying to help you and what is people's opinions and their fears. You got to differentiate the two. So anyway, the point being is sometimes there are things that cause us to fear. Sometimes it's hard to take that chance to make that move. Sometimes it's hard to quit a job because we're afraid that we're not going to be able to do what we need to do. Sometimes we're afraid to make that move because we don't know anybody. And sometimes it's best to make that move because we don't know anybody. You have got to make a way to make you happy. Take that chance. Quit holding yourself back. Take that chance. And I took that chance, and somebody told me the other day that I was glowing, that I looked the happiest that I've looked in a long time, that and it's better. I have a better situation, and I'm not really set up completely yet, but I can see the writing on the wall now. So make that change. All right, I am going to take a break. And then when I come back, I'm going to finish up and I'm going to scroll Facebook and I'm going to expound off of that. So don't go away. I will be back shortly. Okay, welcome back to Motivation Inspired. And we're basically freestyling, we're winging it, and I'm telling about what has happened in my life and what has been going on in my life. Um, like I said, take a chance. Take a chance. Make that change. Make that transition. Leave that person. Get that person. Leave that job. Get a different job. Leave, move, do whatever it is you got to do. Change churches. A lot of people sit at a church and is unhappy and is not getting fed. Leave and go to a better church if you go to church. Do what you can to be happy. The only person holding yourself back is you. And I know a lot of times we're like, I don't know what to do. I can't figure out what to do. There's nothing that I could do. There's always something you can do. It may take some sacrifice. It may take some time, but there's always something you can do. So make that move. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to scroll my Facebook and I am going to expound off of post. Someone posted, "You're sexually attracted to me, not interested in me. There is a difference." And this is mainly for ladies. A lot of ladies got to tell the difference between someone that's trying to get in bed with them and someone that is actually interested in them. And I know a lot of you ladies think, well, I already know that. Well, let me use me as an example. There has been a lot of ladies in my single life that I have came across that will turn me down, or they'll tell me, well, I don't think a relationship is what I need, or somebody is what I need right now because I'm broken and I'm hurting and this. Yet post things like, I need a good man, I need this, I need that. Ladies, come on. Men too. Men too, come on. And I'm going to do an episode on this. You are going to receive what you give out. If you put that out there like that, then that's what you're going to receive. And so you got to know the difference between someone that is actually trying to be interested in you and someone that's trying to get in your draws. Okay, dudes, be like, I want to see you. No, you want to, I'm going to be PG on this one. You want to sex me. Okay, guys, this is for you. Now, there are too many ladies out here that talk about how guys approach them, that they're always trying to have sex with them, that they're always talking freaky to them, that they want to take them home. Men, ladies are tired of this. You see posts all the time. You see them talking about it all the time. Men, and I'm talking about me too. Be mindful of a lady. Care about what the lady wants, what she expects. Quit trying just because she wears something that's revealing. Quit just automatically assuming that she wants to get in bed. And she might be that way, but we as men have got to step up and start respecting women more than just an objective. And I know a lot of, or object, and I know a lot of men is sitting there thinking that that's weak. But one of the reasons why the ladies are like they are is because the men ain't stepping up and respecting women like they're supposed to be respected. So we need to step up and do better. Okay. Let's see this. I cried for nights and never told a soul, just wiped my tears and kept it moving. Okay. Sometimes, like I said earlier, sometimes, we are as people, we don't like people to see our emotions. We don't like people to see us uh, crumble or be upset or anything like that. So don't hold it in. If you got to get by yourself, if you got to cry by yourself, if you got to punch walls and get upset and scream by yourself, then get it out. Now, it always helps to have somebody that you can talk to and get it out to. But one way or the other, you need to get it out. Cry. Like this post says, this person cried and kept it moving. And sometimes that's what you got to do. Sometimes you just got to let yourself go and just do what you got to do to get it out. This post says National Plus Size Women Day. Okay, two things off of that. Number one, all these days that people keep talking, it's National Plus Size Women, it's National Bony Women, it's National Bony Men, it's National Tall Men, National Short Men, National I'm Your Girl, You're My Guy Day. All these days, come on, people. We don't have to have days for everything we do. It's nice, yes, but I can't keep up with all that myself. But every day should be National Son, National Daughter, National Mother, National Father, National Girlfriend, National Boyfriend, National whatever it is. Every day should be days like that. We don't have to keep having all these days. So if you're a great father or you have a great father, be grateful to that great father every day. And I'm not saying don't recognize it, but choose days to recognize that. If you are a great mother or you have a great mother, choose those days. If you have a great son and daughter, choose those days. If you have a great boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, choose those days on your own. Quit waiting on National Day. And the second thing off this post, a lot of plus size women are very insecure. A lot of bony women are very insecure. A lot of men are insecure that they're short. I was in Marlowe's the other day and I was talking to this lady and we was having a conversation about insecurities. And this lady's actually taller than me. But she said that she's come across a lot of men that are insecure about their height because she's taller. And really, she wasn't taller than me. She had some 3-inch heels. But she said a lot of men are insecure about that stuff. And it's hard to say don't be insecure. But make your insecurities your strength. That is what I'm going to say. Make your insecurity your strength. We fear a lot of things, and fear is not the way to go. It's not of God for those believers. Fear is not supposed to be in our lives. Not sitting here saying that there's some things that we shouldn't step back from, but a lot of times we got to take our fears and face them. I know you hear that a lot, but do something to face those fears. Again, if you got to move, move. If you feel insecure about something, bring that junk out. This lady on here showing off pictures of herself, and they're respectful pictures because she's a plus size lady. And I love that. Show that stuff off. When they beg for a chance just to prove why they don't deserve it. And this is a lot of men. And well, no, I ain't gonna put it in one situation. I'm gonna put it like this. This is a lot of people. A lot of times we say men aren't this, women aren't this, men is this, men is that. Every single body is an individual person. Every single body is different. It doesn't matter what somebody has done to you. Maybe that's what you have been drawing. Not saying it's your fault, but again, you will receive what you put out. There are a lot of women out there that will turn around and because they got hurt by several men, they will say, well, no man is good or whatever. But there are some good men out there. And there are a lot of men that does the same thing, but there are some good women out there. Quit putting a group of somebody in the same situation. I mean, if you're black, you don't want some white person to say all black folks are niggers. If you're white, you don't want black folks to talk about all white folks are crackers or whatever. Yeah, I said it. And I bet you that instantly pissed people off. But everybody's not the same is what I'm getting at. Everybody was born differently. So quit. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, it says when they beg for a chance just to prove why they don't deserve it. Listen, you have got to pay attention to the signs. There are a lot of people that turns around and will put on a front, but if you wait long enough, their true intentions will come out. There are a lot of women that turn around and women in my life that have turned around and have done something to me and begged for a chance over and over again, and I finally gave in, and it ended up hurting me when I should have paid attention to the signs that because I'm a good man and that woman was who she was, that they just wanted that person in their life. So a lot of times, you got to keep paying attention to the sign. Sit back and wait. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, here's a post. It says, first, understand your worth. Second, don't settle for less. So I dated someone, and because that woman, I'm going to just put it like this, because that woman had everything that a real woman should have, I was intimidated. And so with me being intimidated by it, I felt like that I didn't deserve her. And because I felt that way, things didn't work out like it should because I felt like that, or I didn't feel like that, I was allowing a lot of stuff that shouldn't have went on to go on. And a lot of times we feel that way. A lot of times we feel like we don't deserve somebody. So we allow things to happen because we felt like that we don't deserve them. Do not do that. Recognize your worth. A second time came around and I was different and I see things differently now. And because I saw things differently, I acted differently. And I saw flaws that I shouldn't allow myself not to see in the first place. So understand your worth. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how tall, short you are, or whatever. It doesn't matter what you got. Recognize your worth. You were put here on this earth for a reason. You was put here on this earth to flourish. And a lot of people sit back and say, why am I even here? Well, you was put here for a reason. And you have got to figure out what that reason is. And don't sit back and think, oh, I was put here just to suffer and all that. No. There are positive things that you were put here for. And then it says, second, don't settle for less. A lot of people settle. Now, with that being said, also, do not set your standards so high that you overlook something that's potentially good. And people go with Steve Harvey all the time and say, set your standards high and da da. No, you set your standards to a certain extent. That's what I say. Because just because for example, just because a man doesn't have all the things that you expect him to have doesn't mean that he's not a go-getter that won't get those things. Just because a woman used to be someone out there doesn't mean that she can't be a respectful woman. Everybody goes through things, everybody goes through changes in their life, and everybody deals with certain things that they deal with. And there are a lot of people out there dealing with things that we don't know about. So always pay attention to the signs and do not, again, it says second, don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. Going back to that relationship I was talking about, when it came the second time around, I told my expectations. I told what I wasn't going to deal with and what I wasn't going to put up with. And it didn't turn out. But, I mean, what do you expect? So my expectations are different. So don't settle for less. Settle for the things that you are looking for. Settle for somebody that's going to motivate you and push you and make you better. Okay? Let's see here. Scrolling. Okay. You ever gave somebody else a motivation speech while you was hurting inside? Yes, plenty of times. And I just mentioned it earlier. During the time that I was frustrated that I had talked about earlier, I was discussing it with a guy that I don't work with now, but me and him would have deep discussions, and I was telling him about my frustrations, and then he turned around and he was telling me about his frustrations. And during that time, I was going through bad. But I gave him the motivation that he needed. I discussed with him what was going on, and God gave me what to say, and I was saying it. The whole time, I'm just burning up inside. So just because you're hurting inside doesn't mean that you can't still motivate someone. But at the same time, you have got to pay attention to what you're saying, because a lot of things that you're motivating people with is things that you should be motivating yourself with. It's things that you should listen to yourself. And, when I was motivating him and saying those things, I would turn around and laugh and say, that was meant for me too. So pay attention to when you're motivating somebody, pay attention to what you are saying, because it could be meant for you. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go with, let's see. I'm going to try to do two more. and then we're gonna move on, or we're gonna end it. Uh, I am at this stage in my life where you can get the around me, no drama in real life. Yeah, I kind of PG'd that one. Okay, so when you get to a certain point in your life, then you start to realize, and we should have realized this way before time, but there's a time in your life where you have got to realize that everybody is not meant for, or everybody's not meant to be in your life. We get surrounded by people, we get lonely, and we feel like because we're lonely, we got to have somebody, whether it's a relationship or friends or whatever the case, whether it's family. You have got to let that go. Again, a peace of mind is better than a lot of things that we deal with. So let it go. If somebody's not in your life to serve a positive purpose, it doesn't matter if they're family. It doesn't matter if they're friends. It doesn't matter if they are a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife. Let them go. Cut out all the people in your life. Drama is meant for drama, and we do not need no drama in our lives. So make sure you cut it out. Let's see. Let's see here. I'm going to do two. I'm going to do two. And I'm going to cut the pauses out. So, because I see two good ones. And I'm going to move forward. Everybody did what they wanted, regardless of my feelings. My turn. Okay. So I understand people be hurt. I have been hurt multiple times. And a lot of times we want to take revenge. A lot of times we want to do things that was done to us. But we got to realize we don't need to get into that realm. We don't need to drop down to their level, because I mean, and it's hard not to when you've had it happen or had it done to you multiple times. But we do not need to drop down to that level. Um, we've been hurt really, really bad, and we just want to feel better. But eventually, if we are the person that we are professed to be, then it ain't gonna do nothing but put weight on us, and we'll feel kind of rough eventually for doing that. So never get revenge on someone that has hurt you, because it's not even worth it. It's not even worth getting down stupid to their level. So let it go. And this last one, as a man, why are you broke and your main focus is sex? Okay, men. Well, look, no, we're going to go about it this way. First, women. Just because a man is broke doesn't mean that he is not a good man, doesn't mean he just wants sex. Do you know why he's broke? Maybe he's transitioning a job. Maybe his job that he has is not paying him what he should, and he's trying to find something else. And maybe he's paying off all his bills. Maybe he's got child support going on, or maybe he had been in a bad situation before and he's coming out of that situation. So pay attention to why the man is broke. Now, if he's turning around flashing and spending money like I don't know what, then yeah, I understand. But sometimes men have been taken over by these women that want money, that has drained them and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I'm fixing to get on the men too. but they have been put in a bad situation all because they have given themselves to women or given themselves to people that drains them of their money, jobs, and things. So pay attention to why that man is broke. And men. Now, I understand that you want to feed your DICK. But again, if you if you're not setting yourself up for any goals, if you're just out here messing around and you're not even worried about if you're not living in your own place, you don't have a car, and don't get me wrong, I'm transitioning. There's a lot of men that are transitioning, but if your first goal is not to get settled, it's not to get established, it's not to get stable, then something is wrong with you. Because these women are not wanting a man that is not stable, that's up here trying to mess around or trying to have sex and don't even have aspirations to have our own home or have our own car or have a job that's worth it. It's crazy that I have seen. I used to work part time as a manager for McDonald's, and it's crazy that there's men out there. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's because it is a job. But there's men that are satisfied with just working at McDonald's. Really? I mean, go for something better. And I'm not sitting here talking about the ones that are trying to move up and own a McDonald's or be a general manager for a McDonald's. I'm talking about the one that's just happy with cooking, just happy with being in drive-thru, don't have no aspirations. There are men out there that is happy living at home with their mom. Not saying, well, yeah, I am saying. Anyway, point being, if you have no goals to try to better yourself, then what are you doing trying to approach a lady even to try to get in the bed with them? So, men, step up and be men. Quit trying to just dip your stick in everything and not do anything better. Now, if you're dipping your stick, if you're trying to get goals and stuff and you have money or whatever the case may be, by all means, dip it. But men, quit trying. We as men are failing society because we're not stepping up as real men. And men might get mad at me for saying that, but I'm just telling the truth. We as men is not stepping up as real men. It doesn't matter how big or small you are or what you're doing. If you have no respect or no goals, then we're not stepping up as men. So, men out there, please get it together and do better. And if you're trying, a woman will at least respect you more if you have goals and stuff. Then you can dip your stick all you want to in them. Okay, so that is it for today as far as freestyling it. I will pick up on the next episode that I was supposed to pick up on. Go to church for what? Go to church for what? And it's not what you think. I'm not trying to, well, like I said, I'm not trying to get people to go to church, and I'm not trying to knock people for not going to church. I'm simply going to explain and give my thoughts and opinions on that. Announcements. October 15th, I will be in Smithville, Mississippi. The OWO champion will be in his hometown of Smithville, and I will be wrestling. There is a show at the Smithville High School Gymnasium. Make sure that you come October 15th. Bell time 7:30, so you want to get there at 6 or 6:30. Um, I will try to do my next episode as soon as possible. Like I said, I'm still moving and transitioning. I'm still trying to get settled. So just bear with me. Um, and I think that's all the announcements I got. Like I said, I'm freestyling today. Uh, the binge song of the week. Now, this one was a hard one because I've been binging off 3 different songs. So I'm gonna give it a song and I'm gonna give a person. Binge off this person. If you are a music person, please binge off this one. The binge song of the week is "Take Me Home Country Road" by Jeff Castellucci. I think I said that right. He's a bass singer for Voice Play. They are an a cappella group, but he does his own songs too. Please check him out, Jeff Castellucci. Take Me Home Country Road. There is another song that I've been binging off of that is really, oh my gosh. But I will save that for the next time. So check that out, please. Like I said, the next episode is going to be Go to Church for What. I think that is all for today. So, y'all, again, please bear with me. I'm trying to work the kinks out, but I have got a better situation coming. Oh, yeah. Also, I will be doing a podcast for wrestling really soon. And now that the things is getting set up like I wanted to get set up, I am going to get that thing rolling. Like I know I keep saying this over and over, once I get things settled, that I have a great situation. Oh yeah, by the way, if you are in the Sanatobia, South Haven, Olive Branch area, please, I have joined this gym and I recommend it to anybody. Go and join Fitness 2000 in Sanatobia. Fitness 2000. My I have a personal trainer now named Connie Burton. Yes, he is dating my cousin, but he is also a great personal trainer. And he has a nice gym. He has a good setup, and he will work you like you should be worked. So please go to Fitness 2000 and get worked out. Check it out, if anything. If you're in the Sanatobia, South Haven, Olive Branch area. Anyway, that is all for today. Hope everyone has a blessed day, and I hope you enjoy this podcast. The next time that I do it, it will be a little more stable, and I still got to go back and edit some things, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a blessed day, and I hope that I can continue to inspire and motivate your life one more time. Goodbye.